Right. Now, this is the first time I've ever streamed on YouTube. YouTube, if you're seeing this bit, I am unaware. I am now aware that I think you are seeing this bit. Hi, YouTube. It's me, DotsBenjiFM, officially streaming live on YouTube for the first time ever. And essentially what we're going to do is we're going to stream some of the Liverpool Complete Playthrough. Because if you've been following the Liverpool Complete Playthrough, you'll be like, where did that go? Well, I had a few complications medically, which put this back a little bit. But I thought to catch up, we would play for about an hour. So this is going to be about an hour long, just me playing the game. So we'll see how that goes. I will alert people on social media that I'm doing this. I was unaware of how I would do that. It doesn't sound like I'm an expert, does it? If you're in the chat by any chance, then ask me questions. I will read those questions aloud and then I will answer them. I will just tweet out. If you don't follow me on Twitter, I mean, definitely recommend it. Live on YouTube. Oh, how bizarre. Come and watch me play the Liverpool save. Some people will never have seen me live, so this is going to be an experience for them. If you're new here, hi. Oh, the chat works. That's good. Right. Well, there we are. There's a chat and everything. That is absolutely wonderful. Right. Well, if you've got any questions you want to ask me about life in general, then I'll do my best. No promises you'll get the right answers. And we'll just sort of play on. So it'll be Liverpool and chat. Everybody loves it. So, again, if you're watching this in the future, hi. Sorry you didn't ask a question. Maybe be a better fan of me, really. That's the... Don't. I would never call you. You just watch. Right. Okay. For those. Oh, I should clarify now. For those thinking just the end of Twitch streaming, no, this is just like a one-off to catch up with the Liverpool save that I'm horrifically behind on. So, hi everyone. Good to see you all. This should be exciting. If this is in your sub box, you're confused. Apologies. Right. So if you are following the Liverpool save, chat, I will get to questions in a moment. You'll know that it was going well, really. I mean, comparably to what happens usually with me as Football Manager. But today, with a tough game, Chelsea coming up on the Saturday, 10th of February. I mean, it should be quite exciting. Jordan Henderson suspended, though, and as he's the best box-to-box midfielder in world football, I'm concerned about his absence. Luckily there, Emre Can will probably come in and do a decent enough job, so we'll bring him in. If you haven't been following this, firstly, why? I mean, come on. It's one of the best saves on this channel. It's in the top 3 probably currently. So there you are. People are asking questions like, do you have any superpowers? No. I mean, this dates it a little bit, Michael. But there was no spell yesterday because my upload speed... I was talking to internet providers all day yesterday, and as I went to upload it, it said 3 hours. And I thought, I don't really want to upload it at 9, so I had to stop it, which is really annoying. And I tried it like 4 times, and it kept doing it. So I pulled it, and there'll be videos today instead. Don't worry, everything's going to be fine. Again, lots of questions about superpowers and penis size, which is what I was hoping for from the YouTube audience. You don't get that with Twitch. Twitch, you've got a very calm attitude to, oh, we were playing this formation, were we? Okay, good. I'm sure this will go well then. I'm not concerned about it. Now, I've got Emre Can in the centre. I do like Emre Can, but it's a bit sporadic, and I guess with Wijnaldum, you probably get a more consistent performance out of him. But Can's the better player. So what do we go with here? We've got Aguero and De Bruyne up front, doing business. Keita and Salah there as well. Mane's on the bench for this one, because Salah scores more goals, simply. Right, then, I think what we'll do, we'll just play on. If you've not been following this save, this team is going to, again, look a little bit mad for you. For those that have you alive, those were the transfers we made. I'll just do that as well so you can see what happened as I read another question. Are you planning to share your spell save? It's available to Patreons at a certain bracket. So, yeah. Do you ever worry that you're going to get sacked in the first month of starting a new series? Every single time, and it's horrible. If people are asking me a few questions about FM18, if you want to know my plans for that, I did a video on it. So go and watch the video, the plans video, where I tell you what I'm planning on doing. So if I get any questions about that, just know that's because I made a plans video. So there you go. Do you support a second team other than Liverpool? The closest team I follow, probably Norwich, because I am local to them. Right. Here we go. Then first game of the live stream on YouTube. How many times will I say live stream on YouTube? Like no one's done this before and I'm the first person ever. Well, that's not true. People do this all the time. Oh, we're in 3D as well. This is going to be exciting, isn't it? Right. Well, things just got very interesting. No one's mentioned the quality, so I assume the quality is good. That's excellent news. Right. They're playing is Conte still in charge? Because that's quite Conte-y, isn't it? He is still in charge. Yeah, that makes sense. And it's a decent-ish team, isn't it? John Terry, David Luiz, Michael Keane, who we tried to sign in this save but didn't get. Mariano, Belderraman, Matic, Fabregas. Whereas on our side, better. So we'll see. Actually, now Chelsea, have they had a good year? I don't really know. Is this even a league game? What's going on here? What is this match? It's a league game, right? Okay. Good knowledge from me there. Right. Let's get into this and see what goes on. I should say again, if you are interested in watching me live stream, twitch.tv/DrBenji. I've not been doing that much Football Manager recently because it's October, but you might still find you enjoy other games that I might stream, i.e. FIFA. Right. Do you think Keita is a direct swap for Shan? Do you think we'll replace Shan as well next year? Is he leaving? Is that official? I've not heard if that's official or not, but regardless, right? Keita is really good. So I think he'll fit in nicely. Whereas Emre Can's interesting because everyone that watches him knows he's got loads of ability. But he very rarely shows it. As Sergio Aguero puts us 1-0 up. Lovely stuff. He doesn't do it consistently enough. And in games where you've got to win, he's not the sort of player that's going to drag you through that. Whereas I think Keita has a little bit more of that about him. So that's quite exciting. Any players you wouldn't buy because they're real life attitudes? Ordinarily, no, because it's just a game, isn't it? So I'm not actually interacting with the human, so I don't think it's that bad. Pedro with a goal. Basically, if Football Manager have got them in the game, they're legally allowed to play football, so I'll sign them. If they're not legally on the game, then I won't sign them. Simple as that, really. Where are the bottle job emotes? Brilliant. Thanks. Good. That's good. I should say, thanks to everyone that's watching live. I have no idea how many people are watching this. 200 apparently. Wow, that's more than I expected at this time of day on a YouTube save. But thanks very much. Welcome. This is a different experience. De Bruyne's going through. We might have a chance. It's 1-1. Pedro got a goal back for them as Shan plays through Mohamed Salah, who just panicked, didn't he? This is the sort of game as well, because of where Chelsea are in the league, we really have to win or not. We can't afford to lose it. And that now indicates Chelsea goal, I think, because that's ordinarily what happens. If you ever watch the Spal stuff, right, you know that I open my mouth and it all goes wrong. But maybe I'm wrong, as Kevin De Bruyne brings it forward to Sergio, plays through Williams, the left back getting forward. No, Mariano gets in there and stops it. Klein heads it forward, cleared by Hazard. Klein on it again, though. And movement-wise, shape-wise, that's nice, wasn't it? Emre Can, we were slagging him off. I'll take it back, Emre. That was magnificent stuff. Right, well, he's poked it home. 2-1. Lovely. We'll try and get another question. I'll try and answer as many questions as possible. If I don't answer your question, it's because your question was rubbish. So, at least you can know that. Right. Will I sign Adam Johnson? Ha, 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 ha. He's in prison. No. Right. I feel like a real defensive midfielder is more needed than a centre-back for Liverpool. The problem is Klopp doesn't really play. I've seen that said a lot, actually. We talked about that on For The Fans, youtube.com/forthefans show, also available on iTunes. We talked about that on the show because Keno was saying that he thought that Liverpool maybe would do better with a defensive midfielder. But in reality, unless you get a defensive midfielder in that's a ball player, much like Klopp had Nuri Sahin at Dortmund and played this like a similar role, then it doesn't really work. And there aren't that many really good, talented, deep-lying central midfielders that have got quite good athleticism and are able to pick a pass. Like, and when I say pass, I mean like defence splitting sort of passing. Basically, if Liverpool would never have sold Xabi Alonso, this would never have happened. You know what I mean? But no, never mind. So maybe it would make Liverpool more secure in the short term. Maybe in this game, perhaps, as Hazard makes it 2-2. Be quite a good game, this. But I don't necessarily think that a Klopp system suits it. So, like, maybe in the Premier League he's got to be a bit more pragmatic and play a more defensive player. But even when he had the option to play Lucas last year, we very rarely saw Lucas play in the centre because he wasn't mobile enough and his passing range wasn't as good. And he was the most pure defensive midfielder that Liverpool had. So, there you are. Have SI released a press release? Not to me, they haven't. So let's assume no, because I am the press. If Liverpool can't get Van Dijk, then who would be your next best pick? Mine would be Koulibaly from Napoli. I'm a fan of Koulibaly on FIFA, so by that logic, get him in. I also really like Van Dijk on FIFA this year. As Pedro smashes it in, well, that's good news. And Chelsea have turned this around a little bit. Half an hour to go. I think we should freeze. Maybe put Aguero as a more central striker with De Bruyne in behind. Just switch up the roles a little bit, maybe. And then maybe bring Mane on to give us a bit more natural balance on this side, play him as an attacking winger. We've done this before, basically. If you've watched the save before, you'll know this is the system we were trying. We'll bring Wijnaldum in for... Actually, Nangolan's having an awful game, so we'll get Nangolan off and bring Wijnaldum on. And see if we can fight back. 3-2 Chelsea. It's been a very back-and-forth game. And now I've made changes. Marcus Alonso plays it forward. Defence splitting pass, you've got to say. Van Dijk and Sacco. Never mind. And Pedro, we've got actually, well, to be fair to Pedro, about 18 yards out, smashes it in. It's quite a good finish. But we gave him way too much room. It was very much like the Joselu goal that we saw more recently. So, great. Right, hang on. Chance again, maybe. Klein into Mane, to the chest of Mane, swings in a ball. It drops to... That is the most ridiculous goal I think I've seen scored this year. I mean, he's not done it intentionally. It's hit him in the face, and it's gone in the goal, which we'll take. This is going to be a perfect angle of it in the slow motion as well. Mane gets a little bit fortunate, puts the ball in, it then headers off and then, oh my God, as he directed that, he sort of... finish line in a 100-metre sprint, sort of gone for that, which I quite like. 3-3, back on level terms. We're still on attacking, which might be foolish away at Chelsea, as Pedro hits the post from a stupid angle. Let's change it up to the counter-attack and see, because we've got Mane playing an attacking role, which means he'll stay further forward as the ball's headed away. Kier is quite good at that, actually. Quite a tall player for a winger, so he's quite good defensively as well. More so than maybe Salah or Mane, actually. Great to see you live. Thanks, Craig. Great to be live, unless you're watching the rebroadcast, then I'm not live. But thanks anyway. Will I stream more on YouTube? It's unlikely. Let's not say impossible. Let's just say unlikely. I don't think it's going to be a regular thing for me, though. I'm a Twitch person. I'd feel awful abandoning the loyal Twitch people that have been there for like 3 years. And then just go, by the way, everyone, YouTube now. Ta-da! I feel like that would be rude. As Klein has just chopped down Willian and has been sent off. Well done, Nathaniel. That's just what we wanted. We've now gone down to 10 then. I think the logical thing to do here is to take off... Oh, you'd probably take off De Bruyne, but then, okay, we'll take off De Bruyne and we'll bring Mane and Keita back a little bit and just play them as winger support because Klein's ruined everything. He's now suspended as well, which means Trent Alexander-Arnold will get a bit more game time. 5 minutes to go. It's a good job we switched to counter-attacking because we'd be doing that anyway. The problem is, right, well, not the problem. The good thing is with Aguero up front, you've still got a chance of scoring, and with Keita and Mane being really fast, that's also helpful as the ball's cleared up towards Mane. But it's going to be Chelsea to bring it forward. And it's the man that was tackled. Willian plays in Pedro. Alexander-Arnold up to Aguero. And this is where Sergio's got a lot of work to do. And with no support, no Kevin De Bruyne, he's in all sorts of bother. And now Chelsea are probably going to make us pay for this, you would assume, because of Nathaniel Klein's idiotic behaviour. On this right-hand side, ball's played in. It breaks to Kante, who is just running everywhere. It's very Kante-esque, actually, his performance so far. As I say Kante-esque, he literally is that person. As the save comes in. The Skype call. Thanks for watching, mate. It's weird to see YouTube comment names in a list. That's not what I don't usually see it like that. I mean, admittedly, the comment section is a bit of a list, but live, I mean, this is great to know who to block. Like, just a joke. Why not play the spell tactic with this team? Because that would make it boring if I just played the same thing. 3-3 though. Away at Stamford Bridge. That's not bad. You know, I'll take that. It's a pretty even game. You've probably had the slightly better of it, I would say. The problem, though, 10 games to go in the save, and we're struggling to get anywhere near Manchester United, who I assume won, 2-0 against Sunderland. Jordan Pickford own goal. Thanks, Jordan. But yeah, Klein getting sent off. A nuisance is how I'd describe it. Luckily, Trent Alexander-Arnold could come in. Klein will still be available for... Actually, was it a straight red? Oh, only one match, okay. Was it a red card? Apparently it was a red card, in which case we'll issue him a warning and say, oi, pack it in. And hopefully he'll understand not to do it again. Right, Klein on to the reserve list. As we bring in Gomez and Alexander-Arnold will start the next game. When is our next game? Speaking of that, Swansea in a week's time, so no need to rest them. We've got a whole week to go by. I'll have to see how we get on. Right, questions are flying in. I have to make sure I read them out, otherwise people in the future will not know what you said. How long are we going for? This should go for about an hour long-ish. So about 2:30 in real time. I don't know though. We'll see how we're feeling. You know, we need to get through about 5 games, I think, and that's about an hour if you play at a steady pace. We could go through some other bits and bobs and take a look at tactically in that game how Aguero featured, but not going to. And it's not going to be a complete playthrough apparently. What has happened to Ben? What do you mean? What has happened to Ben? Ben's fine. What's happened to Ben's? How you doing, Joe? Good to see you. He said hi. People in the future. How did you buy all those good players? Aren't they very expensive, like Aguero and KDB? Good question. Again, if you've been following the series, if you'd followed the series, you'd know. But I will tell you because it is a bit confusing to see them there. Essentially, excuse me, if you take a look at last season, you'll note that Manchester City finished 10th. What I did then was sell Coutinho and decide, wouldn't it be fun if we went and bought Aguero and De Bruyne? So we did. With the money for Alberto Moreno and Coutinho, we went out and bought 3 big names in, really, as well as a few others. We had money to spend, essentially. We didn't spend that much in year one, only a little bit, 111 million. So I've lied there. No, but Sturridge left for a big amount, as did Lovren. So we had money to spend, essentially. So we went out and spent it. Aguero, De Bruyne, Salah came in and Golan. So we went out. We also brought in Andy Carroll, who I will say is currently on loan at Burnley. Not really featuring. Yeah. Why isn't Ben Sports News doing the FM18 videos? Said Lucifer. Great question. I've let Football Manager know of his availability, so if next year they decide to get a professional in, then hopefully they'll take us up on that. I realised at this point I am Ben Sports News' agent, and I don't really know how to feel about that. Right. After studying the video of Jordan Henderson sending off between Liverpool and West Ham, the committee decided to punish him with 2 further matches. Well, let's appeal that, because why not? Let's make it interesting. What's your favourite feature in FM18? Good question. Obviously, the dynamics thing has come out now, so everyone knows about the dynamics thing, and I think it's good. We don't really know how it works yet, so it's all well and good everyone going, I love it, I hate it. We don't really know. I think the idea of it's really good, and I think if it functions properly and it creates a lot more man management, that's cool. I really like that. But if it becomes, I think people have described Football Manager sometimes as morale manager. If it becomes morale manager, then we're all going to hate it, aren't we? But Tabas plays. That's not how you say it, is it? But thank you for your question. What's your favourite role that you find yourself adapting into at any club? For example, mine's a halfback. Then the wing-backs can bomb forward, centre-backs can spread without leaving space between them. Do you know, I never really play with half-backs too much. I think one of my favourite ones to use is Shadow Striker. If I get the option to use Shadow Striker, then I will do. I think it's one of the more fun ones to get involved with. As we've got a decision to make here, and Golan's playing a little bit off himself. I think what we do is we bring Adam Lallana in. He's not featured too much this year. He's not particularly defensive-minded, though, is he, Lallana? 10 tackling, I mean. I want to get him involved in some way, because he doesn't really feature for me. And he's very good. I mean, his mentals are amongst some of the best in the side, so I'll give him a game, why not? You're watching from Portugal. Hello, Portugal. Can we have your results for this year's Eurovision Song Contest? Nope. See, ordinarily I would cut there in a video, and you would never see the bit of awkward silence that precedes everything I ever say. So, yeah. Can you go into some details on this saves narrative? Well, the idea was to win everything within 2 years. That, my friends, hasn't happened. So, but we're still in the Champions League. We're still, I say, battling for the league. We're not quite there. But I just like the idea of playing a save through without the pressure of having to play through it off camera and things like that. I did a survey. I don't know if anyone did the survey. Hopefully you all did the survey. It's the pinned tweet on my Twitter, @DrBenji, if you're interested, where you can answer 10 questions or so about the client's got an additional too much ban. We'll appeal that one as well. Why not? Did they? I did not have valid grounds to appeal. Okay, well, we're going to try and appeal clients as well. What was the question? What the question was? Oh God, what was the question? Oh, yeah, about the saves narrative. Horrendous bit of journalism from me. Okay, so I like the idea that I can play through. I talked about the survey because in FM18, I plan on doing it with AC Milan. I'm a fan of Italian football generally, and I think Milan's squad, what they've done with it, it'll be them or Monaco, but I think a lot of people are doing Monaco as saves this year, so I'm avoiding Monaco. I think it'd be quite interesting to do one with AC Milan. And then, I don't know what my Twitch save's going to be, or my stream save's going to be yet. I'll have to decide. Right, we've got a FA Cup game, which gives me an option anyway to rotate the side, an option that I'm going to take. So Joel Matip's going to come in for Van Dijk, Karius, Grujic can come in from Emre actually, so we'll whiz that along. Pastore for De Bruyne, quite similar players in a way. Firmino for Aguero, and Divock Origi might as well get a game. Kolasinac we can bring in too. Basically, we're just changing everything around. I think everything else though can pretty much stay the same. Joe Gomez is sitting there thinking, me? Yeah, actually, yeah, you, because Sacco can take a break as well. Right, there we are. A fully rotated side from the one that started against Chelsea. Alexander-Arnold, you can see they're not fully fit for this, but it's only Swansea in an FA Cup game. Are Swansea in the Prem currently as well? Swansea are, no, they're third in the Championship. So they're an informed side with Michael Laudrup at the helm. I say informed side, they've won one of their last 4, so they're not that informed. And even our second team should be able to beat them. A lot of people saying hi from Bristol. I love this. I love everyone saying where they're from as well. If you say where you're from at the same time, that's even better. Right, I'll try and answer some more questions. What's the aim for this season? Top 4 FA Cup. I think a trophy, and I wanted to challenge for the league, but we had a bit of a rough start. And Manchester United just win every single game from now until the end of eternity, so that's pretty difficult to do. But yeah, I think Champions League semi-final I think would be a good target. Top 3 in the Prem, and maybe the FA Cup, which means we have to win this game. And I've played a fully rotated side, so that's going to be interesting. Recreate # United for your new series. Oh no, do you want an exclusive there about the new series? So we're doing well, it's either a created club or a revival of a club, and I think I have the idea now, which is not really a spoiler, because that's just me going, didn't have an idea, now I've got an idea. And for you, that's not changed too much, but I think I actually have a solid thing I can go with now, which is quite good. We have one guy that's come in that, you're writing some very horrendous things, and is there an option to ban this? I don't think anyone can see it because it sort of like hides it, so that's good. And at least we can remove that chump now. So thanks, mate. Thanks for turning up. Appreciate that. Hi from Perth. Oh, Germany, Australia, the Netherlands, America, Kings Lynn. From all reaches of the world, people are watching from. Thanks very much. Right, 0-0 with Swansea. Nothing's happened. I was hoping for more. I've got aggressive with them, and they look fired up to a point. Not overly so. Hopefully not too fired up, otherwise you know what happens. What we might do actually is, because this system isn't really something I play that often. Javier Pastore, by the way, if you've not been following the series, one of the worst signings I've ever made in terms of Football Manager. Really bad. Waste of money. Hasn't played very much. When he does nothing. Idiot. Actually, I've just realised we've got Mane playing as... Oh no, he is playing as a winger. And doing very little. I might play... I could always play Pastore slightly deeper. And then have him... Actually, yeah, let's have him take control a little bit more. Get Grujic and Lallana sort of... Actually, let's get Lallana box-to-boxing. Just make the midfield. And maybe that's unbalanced it. We'll see. But basically, if you give Pastore a bit more room to play in, because he's playing a little bit deeper now, he might have more impact on the game. It might equally give Origi, Mane and Firmino more opportunity to roam into space, but we'll see. That might not work. We've got half an hour to find out if it does work. We're on attacking fluid, and it's not really working right now, so we'll go on to control. Maybe we'll make a sub as well. I could just bring on Aguero and win the game, so let's just do that. Bobby, thanks for your time. Thanks for all your work, but I'm going to take you off. 25 minutes left. Corner. Pastore. I wasn't sure if we're going to get a highlight of that, but we have. Pastore whips it in. Mane on it. Come on, Sadio. Get it in the middle for someone. Just to head it in. Fabianski comes and gets it and makes it look pretty easy, to be fair. Rolls it out. That is risky. Oh, Sergio. You had a chance there. A massive... they're doing it again. Okay. Massive chance. 20 minutes to go. I think Aguero gives us that little X factor that he might just nick this late doors. Let's try and exploit the flanks a little bit more. Let's try and get it out to the wide areas. There's a corner to Swansea. Don't do this to me. It's headed... Oh my, it's cleared. Just about. Hello, everyone from different places in the world. It's good to see you all. Thanks for being here. Pastore was spot on as a DP signing in my MLF saves. I've always liked Pastore. Just in this particular save, he's done nothing. Actually, ever since he moved to PSG, his career's sort of tailed off. Well, this is good. What we all wanted from this game was a replay, didn't we? Take him back to Anfield. Give him a once-over. I mean, brilliant. This is what we wanted. I'm going to get aggressive. Simply put, not good enough. Should have won that. Pastore looks stressed. Maybe he's left the oven on or something. I don't know. You sold Mignolet. Yes, of course I sold Mignolet. Of course I did. Because I've seen him play football. Actually, to be fair, Mignolet's been alright recently for Liverpool. He's not really the problem. There's lots of other problems. Will FFP be in this game, mate? I would imagine so. I wonder if I'm breaking it. No, I'm all good. We're all fine. It was a good point to raise, though. But yeah, we're good. Best manager in the world, Dr. Benji. Thanks, man. I definitely agree. So that's good. Right, we've got some games against Bayer Leverkusen coming up, and because we rotated our sides, we should be fully fit for this. Grujic and Pastore aren't even registered. I mean, boo. Hiss. If we quick pick it, it should just give us the starting 11 that normally starts, and it has done. Thank you, game. That is very kind. We'll move Salah back as an inside forward. Everyone else remains the same. Klein can play because he's not suspended for the Champions League. Lovely old job. We've also got Arsenal coming up on the Saturday. Some big games. Should be good. St Mirren stream, unlikely. But thank you for your input. Horther. We nearly bought him for Spal, actually. So that's good. So it's nice for you all to join me. How many people are watching now? I'm interested. 384 for this live stream. Some people are watching it on the telly, which is always interesting. Cool. Thanks everyone for being here. Hopefully you appreciate it. Right, we've had a question about FM18. Maybe you weren't there before, so I'll just answer your question. What series will I do for FM18? The question will be answered in this fashion. I don't know why I'm speaking like that. I'm just conscious that I have to keep speaking, and this is getting put on YouTube. It is on YouTube, but I mean forever. Okay, question answered now. Arsenal is going to be the beta save that I'm doing. If Arsenal Fan TV even want to let me use all of their videos, that'd be great. That makes life easier. But if not, I'll just create an Arsenal Fan TV, which might actually be a bit entertaining. I don't know. We'll see. And then for the main save, it's going to be a English database. People, I'll say right now, right? People that say, English database is boring. We've seen it all. Didn't do an English database last year. So I've not done it for a year. So I want to do it. And I do think people like Spal, don't they? Generally speaking. That's cold now. That's good. We'll just put that over there. That's not nice. That's not nice coffee. Because I've sat here and chatted. But no. English database, lower league, with a side that you definitely won't have heard of. Either because there'll have been a club that stopped being a club and I'm going to revive, or I'm going to make a new club. It's one of those two. Arsenal Ben TV. Maybe Ben Sports News can be the host of it. Okay, let's just... Can we cut that bit out of the VOD? So no one hears that out of thinking. That'd be cool. Shouldn't have said that out loud. But I have now. And we've all heard it. Haven't we? Never mind. Who's your favourite manager? I mean, even before he joined Liverpool, I would have said Klopp was up there. And now he's Liverpool manager. It's like, yeah, still that. How many sugars do you have in your coffee? None. I don't really have sugar in hot drinks. I have like half a sugar, half a one in tea. Just because it makes it a little bit... you can't even tell me. I don't know why I do it. I think I just do it because I've always done it. It's a force of habit. Right. Not rabbit, habit. This is the team. Let's face Leverkusen in... Is it the last 16 of the Champions League? It is. You can see all the other teams have had their games already. So we play Leverkusen away from home, first leg. Away goals vital. We've got Aguero and De Bruyne playing in a... It's a strikerless system, to be fair. And they're doing all right in it. They're not natural yet, though. I'm not training either of them to play there either. Because long-term, I don't think it matters, although what would have been the harm, Ben? Maybe I should have done. Hernandez and Volland. Oh, no. Volland is my kryptonite on Football Manager and will almost definitely score in this game. So, at least Volland's going to score. We know one thing for certain in this one. We'll passionately say we're away from home. Come on, lads, we're favourites. Go out there and get it. and hopefully that goes well. Calmly say there's a lot more to come from you. I believe you've got what it takes. It was a bit of an average team talk. The front four assist each other quite a lot, which is quite nice. As you can see there, I don't know where the tunnel is. No tunnel. So have we? Where is? It's in the corner. Lovely. There we go. Spoilers. Where do you live in Norwich? I don't actually live in Norwich. I live close to Norwich, but I don't actually live in Norwich. Whereabouts? I mean, I was going to say whereabouts in Norwich do you live, but let's not reveal your location. Let's not have people hunting you down. It's a great slide tackle from Keita there. Will Andy Carroll finish as the World Cup's top goal scorer? Let's hope so. Salford was amazing. Thank you for watching it. Who do you think will be the outsiders this Champions League? Oh, that's a good question. Who do I think will be a shock contender for the crown? I'll be honest and say I don't actually think there'll be a shock contender for the crown. I mean, if anyone's going to be a surprise, I think Man City could be the surprise. Just because I think, when you look at their budgets and how much they spend and who their manager is and the players they've got, it doesn't really look like it. But I don't think anyone would have predicted City to win it, and I think City actually have the potential to win it. But I think if you look past your Bayern Munich, your PSG, Barcelona, Real Madrid, then I don't know. And I feel like Real Madrid are always pretty solid as well, so let's not rule them out at this stage. But I think shock teams could maybe be. And to be fair, actually, you wouldn't rule out United either because of the way Mourinho is, because of how pragmatic he is. Like they've not. The problem is, Kevin Volland, what a miss. Because they've not played anyone good this year, we don't really know much about United, but we'll see. Your favourite series to create was probably. Good question. Probably the FM League, which isn't a playthrough series, Connor. But it was really fun to do and make. So probably the FM League. Because it was just nice working with 7 other people and creating like a show out of it. And I will say, if you never watched the FM League, I do recommend going back and watching it because I think it's still pretty good even now. In terms of actual series, like playthrough series, this one, no, probably Palmford, probably Palmford. Actually, Road Trip was quite fun to make. I quite enjoyed playing Road Trip. It just wasn't like... I won't do a Journeyman again because I just didn't find it that fun. But it was like... At the end of it, I felt like... I don't know, maybe Dortmund... Maybe it finished too quickly, I don't know. But I didn't have a big connection with any player or team or anything, really. So, and that's what makes Football Manager safe for me. Like, with Spile at the moment, my relationship with Dorian is like... what makes it for me. I really like the fact I've got a player like him as De Bruyne. Oh my goodness gracious. Kevin De Bruyne has fired one in and Liverpool take an away lead by Leverkusen. A great strike, you've got to say. Aguero chips it through. De Bruyne isolates the defender with the help of, I'm not sure who that is, probably Henderson. Is it Henderson? Please let me click it. There we are, Henderson. And De Bruyne with a great finish. Really, really good. And that's why you have Henderson in there, because he's athletic, forces the defenders to think about more than just the man they're marking. And De Bruyne gets his way in. And that's why Jordan Henderson is the best midfielder in the world. Score prediction for Liverpool Manchester United. I think it'll be a really good game. That's my prediction. Because this is here forever now. It's not like a live stream on Twitch where everyone will just forget. So I think it'll be a great game. And I think the team that deserves to win will probably win. And I hope it's Liverpool, obviously. What's your remaining... for God's sake. Chicharito scored. Volland assist. I mean, we've got the away goal. I'm happy with an away goal, to be fair. But it's just disappointing to concede so quickly after scoring, it feels like. When did we score our goal? 53. Just 10 minutes later, 9 minutes later, Chicharito scores. He's not even at Leverkusen anymore. Shouldn't even be here. Volland again. I mean, they're starting to put a bit more pressure on. Joe Hart with a great save. Someone's asked, Chase Vickers, you've asked, what are your remaining objectives with Spal? I don't really know. I think this will be the last year with them, like the last season. And there'll obviously be an episode up today. But I don't necessarily... Well, it's hard to say. I don't necessarily think we'll win anything in this final year. I'm not expecting to. I'll put it that way. I'd quite like a good Champions League run that we can get excited about. And if we can challenge for the league again, I think that'd be pretty good. But I think fighting on both fronts and trying to do well on both with the resources in the squad that I've got is going to be really difficult. So I'm not expecting too much, to be honest. That's not a score prediction. All right, 4-0 Liverpool. There you go. There's your score prediction. You really enjoyed the road trip series. Will I do another one? I might do something like that on Twitch, like, and stream it. He's sent off. That was abusive. Right, get him off. He's definitely getting a red. We're going to bring Firmino on for De Bruyne as well, and put him and Aguero a little bit further forward now for the final 5 minutes or so, just to see if we can get ourselves a goal. The cross was put in as well. Nothing coming from it. Great strike from De Bruyne. We're now going to take him off, unless there's going to be a chance for us late in the game. Alternatively, Leverkusen are going to have a chance, but I think this is just that they show the highlight because I paused the game, or they're going to score. Okay, no, they're not going to score, or maybe we're going to score. Who knows? Kevin De Bruyne races through for Liverpool as he's about to be taken off. Oh, he slots it. 2-1. Kevin De Bruyne gets the second. That's what we're talking about. That's what we want to see. Lovely finish from Kevin as it slid through to him. And he just pokes it past the goalkeeper like he's not even there. I mean, Bayer Leverkusen obviously had a man sent off, and it might have opened up the gap. I've now put on 2 strikes. I wish there was an option to now cancel this immediately, but never mind. We'll play on, and there we are. Liverpool 2, Leverkusen 1. Lovely old job. That's what I'm talking about. Well done, lads. Good win, and a great away win in Europe as well. We'll take that all the way to the Mother Hubbarding Bank. Is there an FM YouTuber that's either not around anymore or taking a break that you'd like to work with or enjoyed being around? Yes. This is going to be recorded as well, so you might see this one day. I really wish that Second Yellow Card was still doing stuff. Matt is one of my most favourite people. And I really like, if we ever did a video together, I enjoyed either if it was just like a chat with him or if we were doing a video. You always knew you were going to get a quality like performance from Matt. It doesn't matter what you were doing, you'd always get like a good video out of him. Because he's very professional, and I like that. I like people that take it seriously and treat it professionally, and equally are really good at what they do. And I think Second Yellow Card Matt was like the man for me. So it's a shame that he stopped. I think the reason he stopped are completely like they're good reasons. If you're ever going to stop, they're pretty good reasons to stop. So I don't mind. And if it comes back, I'll be the first one to welcome him with open arms. I really hope he does return. Also, Jack's taking a break, so are we going to see more of Jack? I mean, is anyone bothered about that? But probably Second Yellow Card. There's obviously the guys we worked with on the FM League. Not all of them still make videos, and I'd quite like it if they did, because why not? But yeah, there's an answer to your question. Good question though. How long does it take to create an intro for a series? Which was your fave? Ordinarily it'll take me like a week because I'll make about 4 that I don't like and then finally settle on one. We're going through that at the moment actually. We're doing a Pro Club series this year on the channel every weekend, once a weekend, and I really want it to be good, so I'm making sure that the video as a trailer is going to entice you in to actually watch the series, which is going to be very light-hearted, hopefully quite funny. If you watch the Proudy Effect, which was a Pro Club series we did on Proudy's channel, then it's going to be similar to that while not being the same. And I'm really excited to show people. I should have rested the team for this one. That was a mistake because we now play Arsenal. Henderson and Klein both suspended. That is a miss for me. Nagolan's injured as well, or suspended. So no, injured in fact. I think team-wise, we stick with the team that just won with the changes that we were forced to make. So when Alden and Alexander-Arnold come in, pretty much a straight swap for the other two. Is there anything else we could do? Maybe play Mane for Salah, who didn't have that much impact in the last one, but he's in form. Is Mohamed? I mean, maybe we could take Keita off, bring in Origi. He's a goal scorer. Keita's not doing that much. Can we play Mane out there? We kind of can. Maybe if we switch these two up. Actually, no. Let's play Mane on the left and see what he does. Mane on the map. Thoughts on Coutinho being nominated for the Ballon d'Or? Has he really? Is that true? I haven't seen that. If that's true, that's funny though, because he shouldn't be, in my opinion. Like, he's been good, but Ballon d'Or, we weren't in the Champions League, so how do you work that out? Like, I think if you're going to be nominated for the Ballon d'Or, you should really have been in the Champions League last year. I think that should be like a given almost. But never mind. Will I ever manage England next summer? Let's see what happens, shall we? There's a plan. We'll see if the plan comes off. There was a plan this year as well. It's been a great question from Al there. Ever been in debt for drugs? No, I haven't actually. Oh, actually, no. To be fair, I got some inhalers once for my asthma, and I walked out of the chemist without paying for one of them. They went on the NHS weirdly because it was a few years afterwards, so I had to like I had to pay. I think they were about. I can't remember how much they were actually. So in which case, yeah, I was in debt for only for a brief time though. But yeah, not the answer you were looking for probably. Is Proudy going to be in the new club? Yes, he is. Yes. Do you like Lelujo's videos? He's one of the better people doing videos. So I mean, I'd be lying if I sat here and said I watch every single one and I love his series, because I don't watch many Football Manager YouTubers. I'm more of a sort of, I watch the one-off video to see what people are doing, to see what's going on. We're 1-0 down. I'm trying to avoid talking about it. World Cup England save confirmed. Pretty much. You've worked that out. So yeah, that goes for every Football Manager YouTuber. I've seen probably a video at least of every Football Manager YouTuber, but having the time to watch a series, like the only time I was properly into a Football Manager series was when I wasn't doing it, is the honest answer. And I watched Jack's FC United of Manchester save, which sounds funny considering I did Salford now. But yeah, great challenge that was. Van Dijk. Oh, what are you playing at? Danny Welbeck's through. This should be oh, it's not a foul, is it? It's cleared, just about. Kieran Gibbs picks it up, lays it back, and Arsenal are playing pretty well here, and they'll take over us in the league if they get a result here, and it looks like they might do. Oxlade-Chamberlain, of all the people, he hits the bar. It's just still going well for him. But there we are. These things happen, you know. These things happen. Do I watch Loki Doki? Same thing as Kev. Literally the same situation. Going to be playing the Pro Club Series on PC or Xbox. Everyone has a PC, so we'll be playing it on PC. People go, why don't you play on Xbox? Because 7 of us don't have Xboxes. if we did have Xboxes, we'd probably do it out there. But it's just a matter of circumstance. Although if EA are watching, fix Pro Clubs, because you've broken it. So that'll be good. It's annoying. Messi or Ronaldo? I'm a Messi person. Second in the card, met my junior, and you are the best I've seen through the years. Thanks, Edgar. That's really kind. I think they would appreciate that as well. I love both of them, so to be put in the same category is very kind. What should FMSI do to engage more with the community and get more people making videos? It's a great question. I guess what I'll say is, ask me that again in a month. Was that cryptic? I don't feel like that was cryptic at all. Just well, Adam, I'll answer that question in a month, or maybe we'll see if your question changes in a month. That is a bit of a, I mean, that's a nice thing for me to sort of tease. I think the way I've said that, it's a nice thing to say. Do you think players like N'Golo Kante will ever win the Ballon d'Or? I think they should. I think they should certainly be considered. I don't think Kante should win it this year necessarily, and I think a lot of the players that are really good in the current climate, like you could have arguably, in the years that Juve have been dominant, you could have arguably given it to any of their like back four, right, including Buffon. But because of how good Messi and Ronaldo are, like you're always going to be, great positioning from Joe Hart there, by the way, great positioning. Because of how good Messi and Ronaldo are, and now you've got like Neymar as well, and Suarez is there too, and some of the other players that are coming through now, like they're never going to win it. They're just never going to win it. Disappointing answer, but okay. Sorry, Adam. You'll know why it's disappointing in about a month. Something else to say, man. If you could take one player from each, one player from each player to improve Liverpool, who would you take? Hang on, I'll read that again. Hey Ben, if you had to take one player from each, you might mean club there rather than player, but I kind of know what you mean. Who would I take? So are you asking me? I'll take a player from each club to make Liverpool better? And who would that be? Okay, well, I'll answer it like this. Most Premier League goalkeepers would get in, as would most Premier League centre-backs. So that's good. Do you think there'll be more features coming to FM18? Yes. I would imagine there's going to be a lot of videos about what they're doing. But I can't imagine this is it. I can't imagine it's reveal video, dynamics, enjoy the game. Like, I hope there's a lot more coming out, right? What's my opinion on Gareth Southgate? I think he's quite limited, but at the same time, I quite like the fact that he's a former player and he knows what it's like to play for England. And I think in tournament football that might be quite useful. As Salah goes close, Arsenal right now are making this look really easy. We're not playing very well. We've got 10 minutes to go. I don't suspect we'll be able to get back in this. Mane on the left has not worked at all. Should have played Kia there. It's a disaster. How you doing, Loki? Good afternoon. Good to see you. Bit awkward that FM Fantasia's basically just slagged you off in the chat there, and then as you've said hello, but I'm sure he meant it in a nice way. Bloody hell. Ridiculous. Harsh. To be fair, all you got to do is look at how well Loki's been doing over the past however long. You got to respect it. Anyone that puts in that amount of grind, for me, is gets a lot of credit. A lot of credit. Keep up the good work. Thanks, man. Marin. Lovely little name. How long are we streaming for? What time is it? I said we'd go till about past. So what we'll probably do is 2 more games. If people have enjoyed this, we might do this again to help complete this series. If you're watching the YouTube videos and you got to this point, let me know. Do you want to see it done like this again? Because I think this is quite a nice way of doing it. It means I get to interact with you lot who are watching live, and we play a little bit more together rather than people having to wait for like another match and stuff. This might be a better way of doing complete playthrough saves, and it might be something that I can take into next year, that while I'll have a stream save I can do where I can stream for sort of 4 or 5 hours at a time, can have some YouTube saves. We could also do this every now and then as a complete playthrough on YouTube and stream it, and whether it's going to be in the mornings or we could do it in the afternoons or the evenings. So that could be quite fun. We've got a replay. Oh, blimey, we've got a lot to play, actually. I think what we'll do, we'll play for a little bit longer than I planned. We'll play until the Leverkusen game, and then the next time we do this, we can come back for Manchester United. But we'll play, I think we'll play until Leverkusen. We'll see how we're looking for time. We'll see. Your timing's perfect. Kane and Vardy are the best strikers. Do you think a partnership could ever work? The problem we've got with England right now is that we don't have any strikers that play well in a partnership, in terms of like the players that are considered to be the best ones. Like Jamie Vardy doesn't really play with a partner, and Harry Kane doesn't really play with a partner. You could say that they play with an attacker with them, but would you consider Kane and Ali a partnership? I don't think I necessarily would. And if you're playing Ali in the team anyway, you'd hope that that relationship would form as it does for Spurs, but it never will because of the players that are around them, so that's always going to be a bit of a problem. You mentioned you watch a lot of Serie A. Do you follow a specific team? I mean, this year I follow Spal, right? I'm checking to see how Spal are doing. I don't know. There's not really a particular team that I really get behind. I think when I was younger, Roma were my team. I loved Totti and what he was doing. But that was, I think as well, Championship Manager 102, the Roma team on that game were majestic. It was good. I have to go to uni. Please halt your stream, Ben, and wait 3 hours so I don't miss it. If you just pause and then you can come back. How you doing, Mick? Evolving Mick 1986 in the chat. Shout out to the main man. Right, let's carry on and get some more of this played. Oh, new intake. Archie Buck. It's a great name as Archie Buck. Not a great ability, but a great name. Would Michael? Michael would. I tell you, yes, he would. Michael. Good. Can we get any more jokes out of any of these? The prize is Lloyd. Lloyd's, no, it doesn't work. It doesn't work. Should move on probably. Archie Buck is the best name out of all of them. The candidates are rubbish. WW. Oh, is it Walter White or is it Warren Worsley? Guess we'll never know. Where do I think Liverpool finish come the end of the season? I think based on current form, 5th seems pretty likely. 5th and or 6th. I think even this year we've got, once again, probably the 5th best team. I think last year we probably had the 6th best team. This year we've got the 5th best team. So 5th would be pretty normal. I think United, City, Chelsea and Spurs all look way better than we do. Arsenal are picking up a bit of form. So while it's a bit of a shame, I'm not gonna like be as gutted as every other Liverpool fan. Like, people think we're going backwards. In reality, we're just starting from a lower base, but people don't want to hear that. They just want to see us spend 200 million on players that wouldn't fit the system, but because we're spending the money, we must be doing something right. How's the leg? The leg's feeling good now. We're back to full fitness, whatever that is. Right, other questions. Hello, James. Good evening. As I say, if you ask a question, I will read it out, and so the people on the rebroadcast can hear me read out the question and I can answer the question, which works quite well. So if people are wondering, why does he keep looking over there? That's just where the chat is. That's where they exist. So that's how that's working. Favourite Liverpool player of all time? I mean, it's hard to look past Gerrard, but I think in terms of just ability, I used to love Xabi Alonso. He was the man for me. He was the man. Who's the worst team out of the top 6? Out of all the teams, I'd probably say that the most... Okay, I'll put it this way. If every team is playing at their best, their absolute best, as Swansea go 1-0 off away at Anfield, that's always nice to see. If every team is... This is a horrible little period. If every team plays to the best of their ability, because you said there who's the worst team, but so if everyone's playing to their maximum capabilities, I think the worst team are probably Spurs, and Spurs fans probably won't like that, but I just think the ceiling for Arsenal, Liverpool, Chelsea, United, City is a little bit higher than Spurs is. And while I like Spurs, and I think Spurs are a better team, great finish, Jordan, are a great team, and Pochettino's a really good manager, and that's why consistently over a season they'll perform better than, say, Liverpool and Arsenal. I think with the players that Liverpool and Arsenal have got, there's just a slightly higher ceiling for those teams. Consistency is the issue for both of those teams, though. So I don't necessarily think so. If you're a Spurs fan, you might be sitting there going, I think you're fine. We demolish everyone. But when you look at the stats, right, they don't, like Arsenal don't really beat the top teams either. Whereas Liverpool last year consistently beat the best teams. Manchester United are always capable of beating the best teams, as are Chelsea, as are City. So that's what I would say. Again, if you're a Spurs fan and you disagree with that, that's fine. Let's not argue about it. That's just my opinion about the question. It's a good question, though. Do you agree with Klopp on not buying a centre-back this season? Well, it's a good question. I don't think spending 40 million on a centre-back you didn't want, only to then have to replace him for 60 million the season after, is good strategy. So if he thinks he can get by for a season, or he thinks he can get by for 5 months and then bring Van Dijk in, then that's fine. But did Liverpool need a centre-back? I think it's clear that they needed someone that was better than Lovren. If that player was out there, though, they probably would have gone and got him, right? So, I don't know. We'll see. How long will you be out while moving home? Will your videos be affected? I'm going to try and make it so you literally don't realise that I'm moving. We'll see how well that goes, I think. What's the plan with the move, Ben? Moving into the YouTube Money's Mansion? Yeah, it's 9-bedroom. Basically what I'm doing is renting Buckingham Palace. You might think, it's got more than 9 bedrooms, Ben. Game rooms. Lots of game rooms. So yeah, I'm going to be renting out Buckingham Palace. Just because it's the level I'm at now. I think that's the big thing with YouTube. It's the level I'm at now. Now, in reality, just moving out with Ellie to live somewhere which should be fun. There you are. That sounded really weird. It's not a bouncy castle. But yeah, I'm excited. It should be good. It's nice to be like a bit of an adult, you know. That'll be fun. It's a bit daunting, but adult. Who do you think will be promoted from the Prem to the Prem this season? I don't really know, honestly. You're trying to hit 10k. Help me out, fella. If you like Hammer and Talk, go and watch Hammer and Talk. I assume you're West Ham. Otherwise, unless you're literally about DIY, then that is a great name, and you've done brilliantly to nail down Hammer and Talk. And I'll be honest now, I hope it's not West Ham related, and I hope it is entirely DIY related, and you have Nick Knowles on every week talking about MDF. That would be fantastic. Your name's Eggy. Your name's not Nick the Murderer. That has freaked me out. Nick the Murderer, for those that are confused, is a regular in my Twitch stream, but it's now been revealed as not being called Nick the Murderer, which has terrified me. Wasn't Sacco a better centre-back than Liverpool? Yeah, but he annoyed Jurgen, and Jurgen gets the final say. Meanwhile, in this game, for those that are still interested in the Football Manager going on, we're 2-1 up. And since going behind, we've dominated largely. Steven Gerrard, oh no, my mistake, Jordan Henderson puts in the corner. There we are. Messi or Maradona? I didn't really see Maradona play. It was a bit before my time, so but based on what I've seen from the two of them, I would still say that Messi had more of an impact, or has more of an impact on games. So, yeah. I think in terms of ability, they're pretty close, though. But again, I'm kind of guessing. West Ham. I do recognise the channel, actually. Salah, that's a great finish. That really is. You've done really well to hit the Yahoo boarding behind it. Top Man sponsor. That's weird, isn't it? Okay, we've got some people that write comments. Like, I'm not going to read... I've not read them out, right? Some people that write comments that are just bizarre. If you're in the chat, you'll know which comment I'm referring to. What's the thought process of it? I mean, he's written... I mean, I'm going to say what it is, right? He's written penis, dick and balls. Like, He's sat there. I can't. I would never. I wouldn't think. Right, I've got an opportunity here. He's live. Really liked his 1,000 years in the future thing. Right. Well, hang on. Let's send him a message. What should we go with? Right. Just hang on a minute. Let's give me an idea. Penis, dick, and balls, and then types that in. What are you expecting for me to say? Oh yeah, yep, same. Like, I don't know where'd you even go with that? Where'd you even go? Right, half an hour to go. We should probably think about resting some of our better players. Just bizarre. Like, what? Did I enjoy the Wembley Cup? Yeah, I did actually. I thought it was good. I mean, I was chatting with Proudy beforehand, and I said, I'll be very surprised if hashtag don't win this, considering they play every week and aren't bad. And, well, we saw what happened. And much as Josh Peters is a pretty good player, I think when he plays at the back on his own, like, it's going to be quite difficult. So, yeah, he struggled. Penis, dick and balls. If I didn't have a name for today's stream, but maybe we'll go with that. And if you would watch it on the rebroadcast and think where's the context? There's no context. I've literally no idea what's going on. Who just scored there? Oh, okay. Because I took Henderson off. I was thinking, where did the goals go? I love the fact now people that are now repeating what was said. I have to now be able to say, like, because now if you're writing, what a stream this has become. If you're now writing penis, dick and balls, I now have to allow that comment to be said for people that are just repeating what this other guy said. I shouldn't have mentioned it. This is awful. Will Jimmy Conrad be the man to fix Liverpool's defensive woes? I think it's unlikely. Who do you want to win tonight, Wales or Ireland? I'll just be honest and say I don't really mind. Have Wales got a chance of going through and Ireland don't? I think whichever team has got a chance of going to the World Cup, I want them to win. Because I want to see more teams from these isles get through. Like, I love that when Ireland, Scotland, Wales, Northern Ireland are in like those international competitions, it just makes it better. The fact Wales did so well in the Euros, I love that. If you could pick one player to play for Liverpool out of every other team in the top 6, who would you pick? Okay, so for City I would choose De Bruyne, who I think is really good. For United that's gone well. For United, I would probably pick. It's like Martial or Pogba, probably De Gea actually from United because he's good. Chelsea, Kante. It sounds a bit. These are all a bit generic, aren't they? But I would genuinely pick them. Arsenal, Sanchez because he's literally one of the best players in the league. Spurs, probably Alderweireld at the back. I think he would suit. I mean, Kane's great and everything, but. Yeah, I'd probably go Alderweireld because defenders are a thing, aren't they? But yeah, Kane would be pretty close, as would like Aguero and all these other players. Stage fright, didn't know what else to type. I respect it in a way. There's lots of questions flying in. A lot of people saying just pick Wales. Have you ever bought the shirt of a team you've managed in FM? I do own a Salford shirt. I don't know if it's in here. Is it in here? I don't know. Maybe it is. I'm not sure. I do own a Salford shirt, but I didn't buy it. Someone bought it for me. My friend Peter got it for me. How come no journeyman for FM18? It's great fun being told to move club every episode or being told you shouldn't have moved clubs. You've kind of nailed it there. No, I don't really mind that. I just don't. It's not really. I feel like I'm way better at telling a story when I'm at one club, and I feel like I'm really good at putting a connection across with one club, and I'm better at doing that than I am with a journeyman. Also, you and Kev do it, so I'll let you do it. I'm not going to stomp on that parade this year. I mean, even then, it's just not. It just wasn't the sort of thing I massively enjoyed. I know I enjoy being at one club, and taking one club from nothing to something is more appealing to me. So we'll see. Right, there's some people here that just need to stop. So what we'll do is I could just block these people. Oh, this is great. This is great fun now. Right, your message has been deleted. This is great fun. But no, I don't really mind being told to change because I think that's just part of doing it, right? People want to see you do different things, but It just wasn't my thing, really. Just wasn't my thing. What's your current favourite game, excluding FM? I mean, games that I play outside of Football Manager. When I've played the beta for the World War II COD game, I've quite enjoyed that. But FIFA, I play a lot of FIFA. City Skylines, enjoy that. CS:GO, play a lot of that as well. I probably watch more CS:GO. I watch like pretty much all levels of Counter-Strike. I'm very into the esports thing. Esports is still a bit under the radar, innit? But I'm well into it. I'm hugely into esports. Right, so playing Leeds in the Premier League, or play our quote-unquote strongest team. I think this is probably actually. I mean, can Klein come back now? Yeah, he can. I guess we'll put Klein back in, and hopefully he doesn't get sent off. Wijnaldum's morale isn't very good. Excuse me. Wijnaldum's morale's not very good. We might play. Could play Grujic, actually. Give Grujic the game. He's quite good, Grujic. I wonder how good Grujic is if you play him at Liverpool from minute one. Because I don't think anyone does that, and he doesn't really move in that first year. But I wonder how good Grujic could become if you play him. I've never seen a really good version of him, but that's because at Liverpool he's never going to play in that first season. I feel like that's really important. But, these things happen. Taking one club from nothing to something, so manages Liverpool. Banter, I guess. You saw Andy Tano play Salford last year. That's very cool. I'm very envious of that. Yaya Toure or Emre Can. I will say, right, if you're writing questions and stuff, just write it once, and it's fine. I will see it. Just got to trust me. Do you think FM will get esports? I hope not. I'm just gonna say that now. I don't necessarily think it's gonna work. I don't love FIFA as an esport because I think there's too much involvement from the AI side, from the computer side, and I feel like the best esports are when the person is in control of everything that's happening. And with FIFA, you're not, which is a problem. And let's say competitive esports has that problem to deal with. Part of it is that EA aren't open and honest about the way the game works, and FM will never be able to be because then it would take away everything that's great about it. So I don't necessarily know how it can become an esport. When you take games like CS:GO, for example, which I think is the purest esport, if they do an update, they can tell you exactly what they've changed, and so you know what's happened. Sorry. So yeah. While it'd be cool to see it go into esports, and I think any game that's willing to try and be an esport is really good, you need to make it like a level playing field all the time. And I don't necessarily think that FIFA's on there, and I certainly don't think that FM would be able to get there. I speak as someone that's been watching esports for like 5 or 6 years, and I love Football Manager and I love esports, but I wouldn't necessarily put them together because I just don't think there's a good enough partnership between the two. I don't think it correlates. And while I think doing like tournaments and stuff and doing stuff online is fun, that's kind of like where it starts and ends for me. And I'm happy to be proved wrong. I would love to see Football Manager become a serious esport. That'd be great as it grows, bangs it in. And I'd love to be able to cast it if Sports Interactive want to hook me up. But yeah, I don't necessarily think we're there yet because again, transparency is a big thing in esports, and I don't think we'd get it from games that have so much AI involvement. So, good question though, and I enjoy questions like that because they're a bit different. Here's Hydrophore, Bentner or Berbatov. Berbatov is a lot classier, wasn't he, as a footballer. But yeah, who do you think is better right now, Barcelona or Real Madrid? Aren't Barcelona top of the league? Barcelona. I hate to be really obvious about that question, but the team that are better. Ben, get on the True Geordie podcast. I've already been on it. No, I haven't. I don't. As much as I love the True Geordie podcast, I don't think that they're looking to have a Football Manager YouTuber on in it. That's as interesting as my backstory may or may not be. I don't think I'm. Basically, if you're the True Geordie, right, you want to get people on that people either don't know anything about or think they know lots about. I'm not really either of those, so I don't think. Would I watch an episode I'll put it this way, right? If someone from a different game, say like I don't know, let me pick a random game. Say someone from the Battlefield community that's got 40,000 YouTube subscribers was on the True Journey podcast, and it was, this guy's got a really interesting life story. Do you think people would watch it? Like, I don't think that I would be as bothered about that one as, say, Alan Shearer, for example, where I've watched the whole Alan Shearer one already. So, yeah, it's quite a compliment for you to say that, but I don't necessarily think that I would. What rank am I currently on CS? I'm Legendary Eagle, although I was Supreme and then stopped playing, so that went well. Now I'm rubbish again, so that hurts. Favourite CS team? I probably watch Cloud9 and Optic the most. I'll make time to watch Optic matches. Quite like Cloud9. We used to quite like Na'Vi about 2 years ago, and then they sort of stopped playing the way I liked watching them play, so that wasn't as fun. But yeah, there's a few. What am I excited about most for FM18? I mean, it sounds obvious, right? But I'm excited to make videos again on like a new game. That's what I find quite fun. We didn't make subs there, but we beat them 3-0 pretty comfortably, so no need. But I'm excited to make videos on a new game and have a different story and use the features that are new within the game. I think based on what they've announced, there's a pretty good chance all of my videos will be in 3D this year. So, and 2D's dead, so we'll see. From what I've heard. How do you think Norwich will do this season? Playoffs? I think it's pretty likely. But we'll see. Hey, Doctor, can you try talking in American English? No. Because it'll probably go badly. So I don't think it's worth it. I probably could, but it'll be here forever. And I'm very conscious of that. It's just gone 2:30, so we've been going for just after an hour. I did say we'd play until the second Leverkusen game. Yeah, why not? We've got Tottenham and then Leverkusen. 2 more games to go. We'll get this a little bit longer, and hopefully we'll go through. If we don't, that makes the end of this series a little bit easier, doesn't it, really? This is fun. Have you enjoyed this? In the chat, in the comment section as well of the video, have you enjoyed watching it a little bit longer? A bit live? I mean, if you've watched a stream before, you'd probably go, yeah, I've seen you do this before, Ben. But if you've not seen this before, what have you made of it? Have you enjoyed it? 400 people tuned in. Thanks for watching. Hey, I've enjoyed this. It's different. It's weird because the chat is nowhere near as up to date. There seems to be a bit more of a delay on it, but yeah, it's cool. It's cool. 1 or 2 bits, Adam. Maybe. Most underrated player currently active in football. I've always thought David Silva is ridiculously underrated, so I'll probably just say him. People like it. Cool. Longer is better, obviously. Ellie? Oh, no. Good. People seem to be enjoying it. Not bottle jobbing it either. No, we've actually been doing all right. I mean, apart from that defeat to Arsenal, that kind of sucked, but the other games have been going pretty well. Like, it's a bit annoying, really. Might be just listening to it in the background. That's good. I like if you use me as radio. I'm absolutely, especially when it's live. That's fine. I'm very often watching streams and doing something else. I think it's the perfect thing to do. When's our game against Spurs? Saturday, and it's the Friday, so we can't even rest them now. Do we rest the team? This is a bit of a question mark. Do we rest the team? We play on the Tuesday. I think we play a fully strength side against Tottenham, rest them, and play them again against Liverpool, and then rest them again and play them against United and just run them into the ground. How many viewers do we get on Twitch? When it's Football Manager, last year we were hitting 1,000 on a few streams. You've got a job interview tomorrow. In real life, not FM. Any advice? Sorry, Callum, I didn't see you write that before. Be confident. I know sometimes, even if you have to fake it a little bit, like, go in there confident in your own abilities and make them believe that you're the right person for the job. I assume you really want the job, right, if you're going for an interview. But City sacked Klopp and Arsenal sacked Wenger. Dear. But be confident. I think that's the big thing with job interviews, isn't it? I say this as someone that's not had a job interview for a long time. I feel like, oh, Joe Hart's injured. Oh, he's out for the season. Oh, good. Well, that's lucky because I wanted to play Karius from now until the end of the year. So that's gone. Not at right back. That's gone well. Good. Joe Hart's out for this. Good. Danny Ward, welcome to the bench. Well, that's well then. That's not good, is it? That's not good. I've lied to you all there. That's not good at all. Right, well, Joe Hart's out for the year. We might as well put him in the reserves. See you later, Joe. Thanks for being here. Thanks for all your work this season. It's over. So there we are. Using you as radio. That's okay. But yeah, Callum, be confident. Like, tell them why you'll be right for the job. Like, emphasise why you'll be good for it. Like, what you can bring. Try and tell them something they weren't expecting you to say. Not in a horrible way or a rude way. But you know what I mean? Like, surprise them. Be the surprise that day. Try and think, right, I got to stand out. You're probably not the only person going for the job. So be like, right, what am I going to say and do to stand out? Now, whether that's your knowledge on whatever it is you're doing, things like this, then I think you try and showcase that as much as possible. Would be my advice. Do you do FM full time? Yes, Adam, I do. I am a full-time entertainer. How David Brent was that? Was that to David Brent? But no, this is my thing now. Because people are kind enough to support it, essentially. People on Twitch and Patreon and YouTube. Across all three. Like, I'm able to do this full time. It's pretty sick. So thanks to everyone for watching. Don't stop watching. Please don't stop watching. That's right. If it ever gets not good, you should stop watching. I think that's fair. I think that's a fair deal we've got, you know? I think if it's ever not good, stop watching, or at least tell me it's not good, so I can make it good again. I'm happy to have that dialogue with people. Do you think Karius has a future at Liverpool in real life? It's a bit of a weird one, because I think he was brought in to be first choice, and he's not really adapted to being first choice when he was given the chance to, and I think Klopp was really hoping that he would. So now he's sort of in this limbo where he's been brought in to be first choice, he's not first choice, and our other goalkeeper isn't fantastic, so there's not really an obvious spot for him. I guess it's just the Champions League, it seems like. Can I lend you a fiver? If you need it, I could, yeah. But probably not. Including the sides before you were born, what was your favourite Liverpool side era? Oh, blimey. I mean, when you look back at the teams in the 70s, then you kind of like, oh, and the 80s as well, you think, oh, I wish I was around then. But in my era, I've never had more fun watching Liverpool than the year we came second under Rodgers. That was amazing. Like, you go into every game thinking we're going to win this, and it's going to be really fun to watch. And you go into every single game like that, and I've not had that necessarily under Klopp. But in that one season, we felt like pretty unstoppable. So it's a good job we won the league, really. And we smashed Palace, and then we did Chelsea, and then it all went up from there, really. So yeah, best season ever. Flipping heck. Never mind. Opinions on Liverpool's defence. It's not as bad as everyone makes out. Would be my answer to that. Who's the best regen you've ever had on YouTube? From the club, Dorian Heister at Spal is the best one. Ones that I've bought in, I mean, there's a few. Diego Vidal was really good for Salford, if you watch that. Pixie at Swindon was really good. But one that came through the academy, like the growth on Dorian is outrageous. So he's easily the best one I've ever had. He's really, really good. Hopefully we'll get another good season out of him. Now he's on a new contract. And he doesn't threaten to leave every 5 minutes. Right, we're beating Spurs 2-0. 2-0. Kevin De Bruyne puts it in. Lovely old job. Great move as well. And this FA Cup run is quietly taking shape. We are playing our best side here against Spurs. And I don't know if actually are they playing their best side. They are pretty much playing their best side. Fotolo's there. Ericsson, yeah, I would say so. So actually we're looking really good. And if we can win this one, we'll be laughing. Right, we've got about, I'll say now, viewers, we've probably got about 20 minutes, 15, 20 minutes left. So if you've got a really good question that you'd like me to answer, now would be the best time. That was amazing. If you didn't see that, if you're using this as radio, pause and watch this, because that was really funny. It just hits Alderweireld on the head. That was great. He just sort of crouches down. Oh, there we go. And in it goes. That was cute. That was funny. Right. Camera. Let's put it back on director. Let's be fancy. Is Aguero going to score a Rivy? How many has he got right now? 2? No, none. Okay. Flicked on. Is it going to be 4? Oh, Williams now. Jerry Williams with a goal. We're laughing. 4-0 at home to Spurs. Unbelievable. You like me. Thanks, Nadia. That's really kind. Andy Tannoy. I mean, he was one of my favourites. He wouldn't say he was the best, though. Thoughts on increasing prevalence of players running down their contracts and leaving on free transfers? I think that's just football, innit? And I think it gives... It's interesting because we're seeing a lot more player power sort of take over, and clubs at this point are now trying to wrestle it back, and it's a bit of a to and fro with it. You don't really know who's in control in any of the situations right now. You don't know who's got the best of it. Like the Diego Costa situation, has he really got what he wanted? Like, to move now and not being able to play? Like, I can't imagine he has. Is that going to count as it? 4-1? Oh, good. And then the same with Coutinho. Like, these players try and force moves, but then you've got the Neymar situation where he's bought himself out. So I think it's a bit of a one of the, I mean, I'm going to say it out loud. You've written it for me to read, and YouTube have filled it out. But I'm just gonna. Someone's just written. It's called Beast Mode, so you already know he's a lad, and he's just written your shit. 5-1 up against Spurs, mate. So, I evidently I'm not. If anything, I'm probably the best Football Manager player since whoever else has won on the game. But thanks for your comment. Amazing. It's just an amazing thing to write. Like, I'm gonna go. He's right, and we're gonna end the stream, and I'm leaving now. The last video ever. It's just funny. It just makes me laugh. Where do you think we'll finish this season? Liverpool 5th, I think I said earlier on. How do you like your eggs in the morning? I'm more of a fried man than anything else. Don't really like scrambled so much. What video games, apart from FM, are you looking forward to this year? I'm quite looking forward to Call of Duty, and I've not said that for 3 years. So we'll see. Actually, I was quite excited for Black Ops 3, to be fair. But yeah, I think the new card is going to be good. People just writing comments in the chat, like, I'm going to ignore them from now on. I appreciate you trying, though. Does make me laugh, at least. Been watching all your series for a while now, and just want to say I love watching them. Conman312, thanks very much. Love your enthusiasm and appreciate all the uploads. Thanks, man. We've just gone past, actually, 1,000 videos on this channel. That's a lot of videos in 3 years. Is it 3 years now? Just gone over 3 years? It's a lot. It's a lot. Which is kind of mad. But, what happened there? Sorry, hold on. That game was mad. Let me go back to the Premier League results. How do I do that without messing this up? I think it's too late. I've ruined everything. Look, Costa got... Strani got 3 and Costa got 5 for Arsenal. He got... Well, I guess that doesn't count as a hat-trick, does it? But he scored 3 in, like, 4 minutes. Which is quite impressive. Am I into the UFC? Yeah, yes and no. I watch it if it's on, but I wouldn't say I was a big fan of it. It's alright, though. This strikerless system, by the way, we tried it at the very start of this series, and it didn't work. Excuse me, but now it is working really well. For whatever reason. Players are scoring goals, everyone's looking good. I mean, we're on a nice little run. I forgot to rest the team, so we'll do that now, so they're ready and able. And then we'll play this game against Leverkusen. I think that means we'll wrap things up after that. I'll laugh at you. I saw your message. I'm just not going to encourage it. Sam Whittington, love you too. Thanks for the message. You just put love you, Ben, mate, which I think's a nice thing to read, you know. What are my PC specs? 16 gigabytes of RAM, an i7 processor, 1060 graphics card. That's the stuff you want to know, right? The entire segment is why you have 40,000 subscribers and are so entertaining. I just find it's like watching a comedian deal with a heckler. I just don't get it. It's like, what do you think is going to happen when you said that? I'm going to crumble and go, you know what? I can't remember who said it. What was his name? I'll use his name. Beast Mode. He's come out. He said this. It's finished. As if he rules this situation. As he goes around in streams going, how many can I make quit today? He's got a little tally chart on his wall. Right, there's another one. Just mark that off. There we go. No more League of Legends for you. Right, Football Manager? It's a Football Manager stream. I didn't know that was a thing. Right, you're off as well. Boom. Tick. You're just going through them. Running through them. So weird. We've got Stoke in the FA Cup semi-final. That's not bad. Right. One game to go. Benji, what is your favourite side, men? Blimey. Motley. He was pretty good. Is Barry the sideman, technically? Ball from Cannonball. I would say they were good. Let's think. Gromit from Wallace and Gromit. He was a good Simon. Trying to think of some other ones that I liked. Ant and Dec are pretty level, so you wouldn't go with them, would you? You mean the YouTube group? Sorry. Right. I'll be honest, I don't know any of them. So there's no bias. I don't think I've spoken to any of them before. I guess when you ask questions like that, it's like, who do I think I would get on most with out of all of them? Probably Zerka on like a human level. Seems pretty level-headed. Him or Mini Minter, probably. But again, I don't know them, and there's nothing against the other ones. If you're watching, boys, which you probably are, I've heard you all watch these videos, so you're a big fan of the Liverpool series. But yeah, Rodney, that was good. Waddle from Hoddle and Waddle was decent. Yeah, there's some classics. To be fair, there's some classics. Do I play racing games? Not really. Actually, unless you're talking Mario Kart, then. Not particularly. Right, I should say, by the way, we're playing this game against Leverkusen. I didn't really talk through it. They're playing pretty much the exact same system they did last time, 4-4-2. We're playing our strikerless system. We're 2-1 up after the first leg. If you've been watching this whole thing, you will know that, I've just realised. But there you are. What's your computer model? Claudia Schiffer. No, I don't know. I don't really know what you mean. I built it myself. So it's not like a model. I put the parts in, and it works amazingly. So... there you are. Zerka's podcast is pretty good. Yeah, I've watched a couple of them, actually. I say watched. Listen. Am I familiar with Painkiller already? I used to watch it like 5 years ago. So, yeah. I was just when you asked that question, I was thinking, what Wings quote shall I give you? But they're all a bit rude, aren't they? So I can't. Why do you stream that shit? Does that count? Well, did Workspace stop uploading? I think he's played Football Manager for 4 years non-stop, and he's just wants a break for a bit. So he's on a break for a bit. Whether he comes back in the new game, I don't know. I genuinely don't know. And we talk about it like every day. I still talk to Jack pretty much every day. But he's not sure, and I don't know. I can't just go, he is coming back, and I'm going to make him. I will say, though, actually, a bit of an exclusive. Jack will be part of the Pro Club series, which is good and bad. One, because he's quite funny. He's also terrible at the game. So, apprehensive is the word I would use, but we'll see. How do you think Liverpool are doing so far this season? Not as bad as everyone makes out. Could be doing far better. I'm pretty calm about it. Everyone else is losing their minds. But I'm okay with it. Mohamed Salah, if we get another one here, that's poor. We're 3-1 up, though. We got 2 away goals. Leverkusen got it all to do. They're going to have to score 2 if they've got any chance. And even then, I would back us to score another one, to be honest. So we'll see. Do I think Holland can win 7-0 against Sweden to go to the playoffs? I don't think they can, but that would be fun to watch, wouldn't it? I'm pleased with the performance. Keep it up. Why try and ruin the confidence of the side? Right, this is the final half of this video/stream. If you got this far in the video, thank you for watching. Make sure you've dropped a like on it. Let's aim for 200. I don't know if you can like the stream. What happens with that? I have no idea. I literally don't know. Some of you have liked it. Thanks very much. That's very kind. It's funny. I've blocked 3 people on this stream, and I've got 3 dislikes. I wonder who it was. I love it. I love it. Kev's turned up. Hi, Kev. He's rolled up, hasn't he? Look at him there, loving life. De Bruyne, it's the bar. It's come down to Keita. Lovely old stuff. # dynamics. Come on, Ben. Can we get this wrapped up? I'm going to be in trouble if I don't wash up before I get home. Oh, I know the pain of that. Washing up under pressure. I tell you, sometimes I have to do that. That is a nightmare scenario. When you're like, I don't want them to think I've done nothing all day, so I better do the washing up. And then you're sort of halfway through and you think, I'm not going to get this done. So you just bin it. No, you don't. You don't just bin it. That's not advice for washing up. It's not a tutorial for washing up. I'll say that much. I like to eat Vaseline on toast. You just donated $2 CA. Jawad Musin. I don't know what that means, but thanks very much. I mean, I don't know what CA is. What's CA? Thank you for the... I didn't even know. I'll be honest, I wasn't even aware you could do that. You've donated, though, so thanks. Did I have to... Did I activate that? I mean, if I did it ages ago, just because it was there to enable, and I thought, yeah, we'll enable it. Didn't know that was a thing. Thanks very much. That's very kind. And now, JLOE has also donated £2. I don't really know what's going on. I'm going to be honest, folks, I don't know where that money goes. so thanks. Canadian. Right, got you. Oh, I get you, Kev. Sorry, I'm all over the shop reading. Sorry, Henderson's gone through. We're crushing it here, video people that can't read the chat, and I'm making this very weird for. So if you're still watching this, thanks very much. I'll try and read things out as it comes in. Don't know where that goes, but thanks very much. Shame about weeks nowadays. He's on government aid and is depressed. Oh, well, that's something I shouldn't have probably read out loud. Who will win, Liverpool or Man United? I hope it'll be Liverpool, but I don't know. Hi, Ben. Is FM streaming your full-time job? Don't mind me asking. Streaming isn't, but doing it all combined is. Oh, do you know what we should do before we go? I should show you, speaking of things that raise money, but just because it came to mind, of the t-shirt design, the Espalion. I'm going to see what people think of this, actually, because I'm genuinely intrigued to see what people think. As the game wraps up, we go through in the Champions League. We'll do the draw for that in this episode. But what do we think about this t-shirt? I think it's really good. I love it. What do we think about it? As I say, I'm a fan. I think if I do bring it out, I'm only going to bring it out in white, though. But I think it's a really good shirt. What do we think? Are we a fan or are we not a fan? I did post it on Twitter, but I think that's really smart. You've basically got Renzi, Dorian, Spearer. I'm a fan. Anyway, let me know what you think either in the comments of the video or the chat, by all means. Ben, I know you put Boston as the place you were born on your manager's profile. Were you born there? Because if you were, that makes us brothers. Yeah, me and Work the Space were born in the same hospital, Pilgrim Hospital. How weird's that? That is weird, actually. Don't you think? That is weird. Right. I'm doing a press conference. This is weird. Right, we'll do the draw on the Friday, and then we'll wrap things up there. Again, if you've got any other final questions, let me know, and I will answer them. Why don't you go to the NVA thing? At the time it was decided the dates, I had something on, and then that thing was cancelled. I thought, do I want to go to Nottingham? Like, I live in a really awkward part of the world, in which it takes. I say this actually. Loki travels from Northern Ireland, so my excuse for not going because of distance is really a bit shit. Regardless of that, though, it's just not massive. It wasn't massively convenient that weekend. I would love to do other stuff like that though. If it's in London or anything, I'll probably be more inclined, just because it's a bit easier to get to. Whereas Nottingham's 4 trains. So, honesty is the best policy. Right, people seem to like the t-shirt. Good, they look terrified. I think that's what makes it good. They know I'm out. They know I'm in charge. So yeah. Oh, Marco Ferreira has donated €5. Thanks very much. I'll buy a pint of Coke when I'm next on holiday in Europe, because that seems to be how much they charge. So we'll see. It's a funny shirt. I'll show it again for those that are interested. There it is, the Espalion job with the boys on. I really like the design of it. Shout out to Clemley who came up with it. I basically will get it because I like it. I'll bring it out because of that, probably. Lazy ass. Sorry, Loki. I know. It's a poor excuse. But at the time, we had it was a family meal weekend sort of thing. The sort of family meal that you can't get out of. And then complications. I won't go into details. Anyway, and then so I couldn't come. It looked like a good day though. I watched some of the videos. Right. Champions League quarter-final time. It's Arsenal, Atletico Madrid, Bayern Munich, FC Barcelona, Juventus Liverpool, Manchester United, Paris Saint-Germain. Let's make some predictions. I think it will be Arsenal, Bayern Munich, Atletico Madrid, Barcelona. That's weird because that just works out as it is. But Juventus, Manchester United, and Liverpool, PSG. I think we're going to get PSG. I've got a weird feeling. Let's see. I would take none of those teams. They're all really good. Barcelona to play. I think I said Juventus. Boom. Oh, no. I said Atletico Madrid. I lie. I'm pretty sure I said Atletico Madrid, Manchester United, Juventus, Arsenal, Bayern was what I went with. Boom. Juventus to play. United? Oh, that's ruined everything. Now there's 3 English teams in Bayern Munich. Arsenal to play, Manchester United. I didn't want Bayern Munich. And we will play Bayern Munich in the last 8 of the Champions League. Quarter-final stage. Whee! And we'll do that next time. That means next time we do this, might be tomorrow, might be later this week, more likely later this week. The Dane for game has, I don't know what that means. Oh my word. Has donated DKK20. No idea. Thank you so much, though. If you're doing this, that's very kind. How much will the t-shirt be? I'm probably going to set it at like 11, 12 or 14. One of those. I don't know. We'll see. Depends. Ordinarily, it depends how long it's out for. So we'll see how long. If it's out for a long time, it'll probably be cheaper. Right then, that is going to wrap things up. We'll save the game there. Hopefully you've enjoyed today. Let me know what you think of the t-shirts. If you enjoyed the video experience of this, do leave a like. There will be a Spell episode in just a couple of hours now, so look forward to that. Actually, I might bring that out a little bit later. So if you're watching this live, 6 o'clock we'll say instead of 5 o'clock, but it will be out just to give this a little bit of room to breathe, as this is going to come out at some point today. But yeah, this has been fun, a pleasure, and I will probably do it again. If you want to hear more from me or ask me other questions, Discord, Twitter, do all those things at Dr. Benji. Should have put links in the description but didn't, and that's going to bring things to an end. So we love with care from me, Dr. Benji. Until next time, which hopefully will be soon, I'll see you again. Thanks for all the kindness in the chat. Danish krona, we're finding out now. And I'll see you again. So we'll do a wave. Hopefully you'll wave back. And I have to move this hand to stop the stream. So I've ruined it. An hour and a half, though. Pretty good. Goodbye. And that's from me, Jack.